at home if you did, 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 For either your number 22.
And again, ACU doing a very good job at keeping the lights out of the paint and have to settle for a deep 2 or even a 3-point shot here. As Navarro's playing good defense here. And it looks like it is blocked on the play by number 15, Jason Timp, as Newman takes the ball up the court as he finds Jones out for a deep 3, and Jones off the front of the rim. And it'll be the Northern Lights ball on the rebound.
Kind of an ill-advised shot by Mason Jones. I think that's kind of leading to his struggles right now. I think he's just trying to do too much offensively. And Coach Rutter very upset with that shot.
Yeah, and Mason had a pretty good block there, but it looks like they're going to call him for bumping the Lights player earlier. So it'll be another foul on ACU. And from earlier in the game when they only picked up a couple fouls, it's now gotten up to 7 here with just over 8 minutes left to play. So something they're going to have to watch here at the end of the rest of the first half and all the second half are their guys in foul trouble.
Yeah. Sean West knocks down the first of 2 to bring the score to 15-8. Set to shoot the second one and make this possibly a 6-point game. And he does. So 8.5 minutes remaining. ACU leads by a score of 15-9. ACU already with 7 fouls, so you want to be careful if you're ACU. Stay out of foul trouble for the half, but also you don't want to send Northern to the charity stripe to get free basket.
As Newman finds Talib, who dumps it off to Mike underneath. He passes back up to Newman, who drives. Tim for a 3, and it is good. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And I tell you what, Jordan, Tim is really heating up this game. And, I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise to many who've seen this kid play. He can shoot the lights out when he gets hot. He's somebody who you got to guard. And it looks like the Northern Lights are going to turn it over on a travel. It'll go back to ACU, who leads
Yeah, it's his first 3 of the game. That's what you like to see. Coach Rudder very pleased. Not just went in, but the ball movement that led to it. That's what he wants to see. Inside out, ball movement, get your open shot.
As Newman's going to take it up the court for ACU. And he's going to go around for the screen. Finds Timpf again up at the top of the three-point line. As he drives in, is going to get fouled on the play by number 52 for the Northern Lights.
Xavier Shaw looks like he picked up that foul. Hands on, it's tough for a big man to guard. Another big man, but Jason's more athletic and can move around.
Shaw's. And ACU doing a very good job for ball movement, but it looks like they're going to call
illegal blocking, maybe a illegal screen on.
Yeah, it looks like an illegal screen at number 41, Daniel Cornelius, and that is going to be his 3rd. So Mike Navarro is going to sub back in the game for him. And Jordan, if you're Coach Rudder, you can't be too happy the way you guys are playing. You know, again, I mean, offensively good, defensively okay, but they've picked up a lot of early fouls here.
A lot of early fouls, unfortunate calls. I think Coach Rudder is maybe upset a little bit at the officiating. He's going to, again, this when your bench roll has to step up. In this case, Mike is the starter, didn't come off the bench, but he's just going to have to play a few extra minutes than he's used to, but I'm sure he's up to the task.
And it looks like they're going to call a travel here on Shaw of the Northern Lights, and it'll go back to ACU. And it looks like Martin Kim, who had a great night last night, kid brings a real spark to ACU off the bench, is going to come into the game for number 11, Rod Hudson.
Number 32 for Montana State Northern, Mike LaValle checked in as well.
So ACU is going to try to space it out here. Again, Timpf calling for the ball as Newman is, excuse me. Oh yeah, Newman feeds it to him. Finds Talib up at the 3, who shoots it, and it is good. It looks like he wanted to get a foul there as he got bumped and fell to the ground.
He should have got the and 1 there. Montana State's going to use another timeout. It's their 3rd already. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, but a good way to be patient, good down screen and find by Jason to lead to the 3 again. Should have been a 4-point play.
Yeah, another great shot by Talib. And again, early in the game, ACU was really kind of getting into the bigs down below. And lately here, they've been putting up the 3, shooting it very well. So again, as far as offensively goes, it looks like all cylinders are firing well for the Firestorm as they lead the Northern Lights 21-9 with just under 7 minutes left to play here in the first half. And it's going to be Northern Lights ball here after the timeout. As number 40, Jesse Vaughn, is going to inbound it to number 20, Alan Brown. Brown finds LaValle up at the three-pointer. And he passes back to him. LaValle up again. As he calls for a player to come to him. As Vaughn gets to the top of the key and misses it. Newman rebounds it. And he had Tim open up at the court, but just wasn't able to find him, so he's going to take the ball up himself. And he passes it to Ukta out on just outside the three-point line. As Talib's trying to find somebody here. Up to Navarre. Back to Newman, who's going to shoot the 3, and it is good. That is 3 straight three-pointers for the Firestorm, and they now lead the game 24-9.
Yeah, good awareness by Newman to come up off the handoff. Mike really didn't have anywhere to go. Newman with a good shot. No one was contesting him because Mike had him sealed off, so that's what you want to see.
Yeah, it looks like ACU missed an assignment there defensively, and number 23 for the Northern Lights, Alfie Miller, with a very easy, uncontested three-point shot that he made.
Yeah, you don't want that answer. It kind of takes away your three-point shot on the other end.
It does, as Newman's going to drive, and he's going to has Kim open on the side, but he passes it to Ukta on the other side of the court. As Ukta drives back out for the 3, and it is up and in. Jordan, that's 4 straight threes for the ACU Firestorm.
It's so tough to guard. Talib's ability to, you're going to play a little bit off because you're afraid of him getting into the paint, but also he has that, as you just saw, that quick step back. And so as a defender, he's going to get you on your heels, going the opposite way, then he's going to pull it back so quickly. on the dime, and Nishaw's ability to shoot from last night.
Yeah,
And obviously it translates to his other game.
And the Northern Lights were able to get into the post. Missed the layup because it was contested by Navarre and Timp, but it looks like they're going to get an ACU Firestorm player with a foul there, and they're going to call it on Timp as he went up on the shot. And number 52, Xavier Shaw, will get 2 free throw attempts here. Again, ACU leads 27-12 with just over 5 minutes to play in the first half. Shaw's first free throw attempt is in and out, as number 21, Jordan Block, subs into the game for the Firestorm for number 3, Brandon Newman. Excuse me, number 15, Timp, is who he subbed in for. Newman is just getting some coaching on the sideline here from Rudder. And Xavier Shaw is going to miss another free throw, rebounded by Kim, up to Newman. And Jordan, it looks like Rudder's just telling him to slow it down here, try to get the offense going here, as he got a double screen there for Ukta. Didn't pan out, so Kim takes it on the other side of the court. And he finds a block underneath, who makes a great ball fake, drives in for an easy 2, and Jordan, that's just something he does really well.
He does. He finishes at the basket. He shows strong, as you mentioned last night. So it was a great rip through first by Martin Kim to get the open pass, and a great first step by Jordan Block to get ahead of the defender and for an easy lay-in.
And a great play by Newman there. And, you know, ACU's defense these past couple games has played very well. They're causing turnovers, they're contesting shots, and they're really keeping opponents from getting inside the paint. They have to take a lot of shots, a lot of deep 2s, and a lot of 3s. As number 32 for the Lights, Mike LaValle, gets the ball up to 22.
It's one thing if you're the coaching staff for the Firestorm you have to be pleased with. That's going to be emphasized more than anything throughout the season, especially when we approach conference play. The GSAC, there's so many weapons in the GSAC offensively. To leave another step back 3, that one a little short, and Montana Northern is going to bring it the other way.
Yeah, again, but even though Talib missed there, he shows what you were talking about earlier, Jordan, is that his ability to handle the ball so well, and then just to be able to step back and hit a 3 on the spot and get a quick release, it makes him extremely hard to guard.
It does. You saw the senior, number 32, Mike LaValle, with a nice little 3-point play by himself. So they cut the lead to 14 with just under 4 minutes to play.
As Kim drives in.
Good dump off by Martin Kim, but Mike misses the layup. Stays with it. It looks like LaValle's going to pull that one out. Montana State Northern's going to bring it the opposite way. And a quick pull-up by number 23. Alfie Miller is good, and that's going to cause a Firestorm timeout. And Coach Rudder not too happy with the ref. Gave him a little earful. Thought there should have been a foul on this other end.
Yeah, the Lights there went on a quick little 6-0 run of their own with a couple 3s. Missed some earlier ones in the game, but have been able to hit their last 2. So they've cut it to a 29-18 game. AC leads by 11 with a little bit over 3 minutes left here to play in the first half. And ACU is going to take it up. Following that timeout by Jeff Rudder of ACU. And another screen for Talib. But Newman's going to pass it in the block. He's at the top of the key.
Talib's going to shoot the 3 and miss. And it looks Martin Kim's going to get in the mix of some things, but number 22 Jensen or Pearson, I should say, for Northern comes away with it, and they come the other way.
Yeah, again, Kim, one of those players who's coming in off the bench and provides that spark. He brings a lot of hustle out there, fighting for loose balls and does a great job so far doing that.
Foul called on Jordan Block, playing some pretty tight defense, just using his body a little bit too much. You want to be careful there. You're 3/4 into the court, near the half-court line, so no need to draw a foul way out there. And again, they're in the double bonus now, so 32. It looks like Mike LaValle is going to shoot 2 free throws, makes the first.
Yeah, and ACU now only up 10. You can't give them free points here in the free throw line. The Northern Lights went up early in the foul trouble, having like four fouls to the ACU 1, but ever since then, ACU all of a sudden is with 10-plus fouls here to the Northern Lights 5. So you got to play smart defense. Still got to play hard as they've been playing, but got to be a little bit smarter on that defensive end.
Yeah, most definitely there. And ACU just has to be careful. Montana State Northern kind of taking control of the tempo, and another I'm going to call it an impatient shot by the Firestorm, but Mike Navarre able to chase down the rebound, and Jordan Block's going to shoot the 3, miss, but there's Mike Navarre again.
They're going to call a foul on Mike Navarre there.
Wow, that Mike Navarre actually had possession of the ball. I thought he was going to call it on Northern, but nonetheless, Mike Navarre draws the foul. Northern will go back to the line for 2 free throws.
Jordan, I'd have to agree with you on that. Mike had the ball, tipped it away cleanly, no over the back or reach, and he gained possession, was getting ready to drive to the basket, and they blow the whistle on him. So he was over there talking to the ref a little bit, trying to figure out what the call was. I'm going to have to assume it was some type of bumping foul. The refs have called a pretty close game here as far as not letting a whole lot of pushing and shoving going on. So ACU is just going to have to adapt to that here in the second half. Again, if they want to keep the Northern Lights from coming back in this game, they can't give them free points here. No. So, and it looks like here Navarre's going to get the rebound, and they're going to call a foul on number 42 of the Lights, Pat Jensen.
The last foul, Mike, was called for holding, but the only thing I saw him holding was the basketball cleanly. We wish we had instant replay, but we'll work on that. We're only in AI. We'll leave it to ESPN. And again, folks, for you at home, we had some early difficulties with the sound, but hopefully you can hear us clear now. We thank you for joining us as Newman finishes, and a chance for a 3-point play. Good, strong finish.
Yeah, great drive there by Newman. Again, that's something he's done well all game so far, is just being able to move in and out of the defense and finding the open man as well as finishing at the hole.
Pat Jensen coming in for Northern for number 22, Corbin Pearson. Some height to the team. He is 6'7". He's a junior. Probably going to add some good height, some maybe shot blocking ability for Northern down low. Newman finishes the 3-point play with a free throw. It's always nice to see.
Yeah, ACU back up to a 13-point lead with 2 minutes left in the first half.
We'd like to see ACU finish strong yesterday versus Bethesda. Kind of let up a couple easy baskets, so Coach Ryder, I think, is looking to continue.
And it looks like they're going to call Newman for the foul.
Coach
as he got
Ryder very upset, Jared.
Yeah, you can tell he's giving him an earful. Newman took a pretty hard screen there as he was chasing his defender, and it looked like it was a moving screen, but nonetheless, that's going to be, again, put the Northern Lights to the line with the clock stopped and a chance for free points, which is something they can't do. You mentioned earlier, Jordan, Bethesda went on a 9-0 run to end the first half. That really gave them some momentum. It didn't hurt ACU. They ended up winning by about 20-plus points. So, but come GSAC time, which is what all these early games are leading to, is to make sure that, they're a fine-tuned machine come GSAC playing time here in the regular season. And it's the little things like this that are going to get you in trouble.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate call. I think the refs kind of messed up on a couple of plays there. Newman was just trying to follow the screen, got knocked off his feet, but nothing you can do about it. ACU just got to try to control the tempo here to close out the half. Good dish off to Mike, and he's going to finish with the one-handed floater in the lane and bring the lead to 34-21.
Newman again with a great drive and little dump off to Mike, who finishes at the basket. His block goes in for the steal and is able to bat it away, but regain possession again by the Northern Lights.
Newman playing a good first half. Yesterday, slow start. He was in foul trouble. Couldn't do much offensively. Had a couple turnovers as well, but this half playing well around the basket, finishing as well as giving the assist to his teammates.
Yeah, and ASU playing very good defense so far between moving in and out of the ball, off the screens, making sure no one's left behind as they keep the lights to a deep 3.
Wow, 23, Alfie Miller with a contested hand-in-his-face shot as the shot clock was around 1 second. That's just a big-time shot right there. Nothing you have to be pleased with ACU's defense.
Yeah, they played a very, very good possession there defensively as Ukta has the bar here for ACU, and he passes it to the corner, down to Jordan Block below, misses the layup, gets his own rebound again, and puts it up for 2 for ACU. They now lead 36-24 with 40 seconds left here in the first half, and it looks like the Northern Lights are going to try to take as much clock as they can off here to keep ACU from a decent possession at the end of the first half. Again, they lead 36-24.
Yeah, hopefully ACU, I would think Montana State Northern might have tried for a quick score to get the possession back again, but 23, Alfie Miller, somebody you got to watch.
As they leave number 12 for the Lights open in the corner, and he hits the wide open 3. That was number 12, Nicholas Blount with the 3. And it looks like Talib's going to drive to the basket and get bumped as he faded away. He'll be to the free throw line here with 8 seconds left in the game. ACU leads by 9.
Yeah, you can already kind of see the halftime speech by Coach Rudder about the rotation of the defense kind of slacking here in the second half of the second half of the game so far, and the rotation just not getting it done. You're leaving wide open shooters, and the Lights were able to capitalize last time down.
Yeah, you bring up a great point, Jordan. ACU's done a really good job so far early in the game as far as switching on picks and ball screens and moving well throughout and making sure a guy is guarded. But once the Lights have gone through 2, 3, 4 times in their offensive series, ACU breaks down, leaves a wide open 3, and they've been able to capitalize on that late in this first half. And they now lead 38-27 as Talib Ukta makes both free throw attempts.
Martin Kim and Rod Hudson back into the game. Put in for some defensive purposes just to not allow a clean shot.
Brown's going to bring it out, passes out to number 42, Jensen, who misses it, and it looks like Block is going to shoot the ball, and it is just off the mark. Shot a little bit too hard off the backboard. ACU is going to go into the half leading by 11, 38-27 over the Montana State Northern University Northern. Listening to the live stream back out in California and other states where you are. Students here at ACU, thanks for tuning in as well. For those of you who couldn't make it, just some first half stats here. ACU out-rebounded the Lights 24-7. They outshot them too. They were 54% from the field compared to 32% for the Lights. As far as some key players from the first half, Talib Ukta with 13 points led both teams. Alfie Miller for the Lights at 11. And the big thing was that Coach Rudder wanted to focus on, Jordan, is that ACU started out great. Defensively, they set the tone of the game. However, they kind of fizzled out towards the end. So they need to work on being patient offensively. They need to keep feeding the bigs, and they can't keep chucking up shots right away.
Yeah, definitely. As you said, Coach Rudder, I was talking with assistant coach Brandon Dunson, and at halftime they just want to make the adjustment. Offensively, again, just be patient. Your shots are going to come to you, and defensively, Jared, as you said, we kind of fizzled out, and one thing they need to do is become tougher and fight through the screens and not just get caught up in them to leave the shooters wide open. They're just getting caught up in some screens. So you're looking for a little bit tougher defensive play the second half.
As ACU kind of blew an assignment there as they let an easy 2-point layup slip through there for the Lights. As Talib drives, kicks it in, and makes a fadeaway shot again. It's going to be 40-29 ACU with just under 19 minutes here in the second half.
Good pull-up. Talib has great elevation on his shot. Makes it hard to get a hand in his face because he rises above the defender. Number 23, Alfie Miller's going to get the ball and shoot a 3. And at rims in and out. But one thing they have to be careful for is not to let Miller get hot in this second half. He kind of sets the tone offensively and also defensively. He's a quick guard. He moves the offense. He's very physical, and he can start to shoot the ball very well. So they're going to have to keep an eye on him and definitely fight through the screens and talk to where he's not wide open.
Yeah, he went 3 for 5 in the first half from the three-point line, especially late in the first half. Did a very good job hitting those threes. As Talib with the 3 of his own, and he's going to get fouled on the play. Didn't go in, so a little uncharacteristic of him. He's used to known for those 4-point plays there, but he's going to get 3 free throw attempts here. And ACU in the first half was 3 for 3 from the free throw line, so much improved from the second half last night. Obviously, it looks like they did a little work in shoot-around today. Granted, it was only 3 times, so they need to keep getting to that free throw line today.
Yeah, I mean,
And I jinxed him there. He missed the,
maybe some
he
knock
missed
on
the
wood,
first
but
one.
now again, 3 for 3 is good. You always want to see that. There's only 3, so again, being patient, working around the basket more, try to get to the line, get Northern Lights into some foul trouble. And it goes back to last night, too. Taliba Newman were the only guys really shooting well from the free throw line. So when the other guys do get the opportunity, they need to step up and make their free throws.
Yeah, and both teams started with the same starters from the first half. Let's see if Helms can get into some action here. Had some early foul trouble, only had 3 minutes in that first half. So with 3 more fouls here in the second half that he has to work with, should be getting a lot of minutes here for the Firestorm. As ACU played some really good defense so far. Again, let's just have to make sure they're able to stay on the defenders as they leave a guy wide open for the 3. Thankfully that he missed it, though, as Ukta with the rebound. And he turns it over as he tried to pass up to Tim Navarro with some good hustle down below to keep from having a breakaway there.
They need to communicate right now. Jackson's on Alfie Miller. Maybe they need to try to get that switch. Newman's kind of mismatched with one of the Northern Lights big. So there's a shooter wide open. That's Alfie Miller.
And again, rims in and out. So ACU catching a few breaks, Jordan, so far with leaving some of these Northern Lights shooters wide open.
Yeah, it's a miscommunication getting back on that turnover. As you said, we are getting lucky. Some of these shots aren't falling for the Lights, but not to lead with a good pump fake up and under. Is going to miss that.
Yeah.
22. It looks like Pearson's going to come away with it. And they're going to bring the ball back down the court. Number 32, Mike LaValle.
Yeah, and you bring up the communication. That was a key point that Coach Rutter made here at halftime, is that defensively they need to communicate better, and offensively too, because they're putting up some quick shots as Navarre and Helms play some good defense there. And he's rebounded by Newman.
That's what you want to see if there's going to be a shooter. Maybe one of the big guys, not so much their guards, off the fingertips of Mike.
Yeah,
like to have that one back.
Newman had 6 rebounds in the first half, 8 points and 3 assists, and again, he made a great dump off there. Earlier in the first half, we saw a similar play where Navarre caught it and put it up and in. This time wasn't expecting it, so he just has to keep his eyes up there. Other than that, Navarre's been a great player here for ACU. In that first half, he had 5 rebounds, 4 points, and 1 block. So great first half performance by Navarre. Let's see if he can keep it up here in the second half.
Yeah. Mike Navarre and Newman kind of on the same page with the high-lows, the pick and rolls, and that time the shot's going to go down. The 3 by Allen Brown, number 20 for the Lights. But again, Newman's is kind of playing his role very well, all-around game with assists, rebounds, and some points.
Yeah, a little bit uncharacteristic that ACU's been outshot from the three-point line, but so far so good as Navarre puts it up on 2, and it looks like it's going to be out of bounds, and it is going to be off Tim. Correct call on the court there. ACU was trying to argue their ball, but we had a pretty good view from up here that did go off Jason's fingertips there. It'll be at the Northern Lights ball here as number 40, Jesse Vaughn, inbounds it to number 20, Allen Brown.
Anthony Standing Rock, 6'5" guard. He's a sophomore. Number 31 just checked into the game.
I believe this is the first time we've called his name tonight, so I'm sure fans of his are going to enjoy watching him get a little time out there. And so far, the Northern Lights have started off this half pretty strong here, with the three-point shot. So ACU, again, keeping them out of the paint, which is what you love to see, but you got to make sure you're manning up on the three-point line as well.
Yeah, ACU is really controlling the paint very well. Coming right with the steal there. Again, they're controlling the paint, not allowing anything around the basket, and that's where ACU can control it.
As Navarre drives in, makes a great move with the little hook there and just rims out. But again, from what we've seen, Coach Rutter really wants the ball fed into the post. And so far, Mike's been able to get some touches. Helms not so much. But we need to, he wants to see the ball get moved in there more as the Northern Lights hit another 3, number 40, Jesse Vaughn.
Yeah, Mike Navarre missed that up and under. You would have liked to see him just finish with the left-handed hook in the paint, kind of second-guess himself and brought it the other way. He's got to step it up defensively now. Can't let Northern Lights get a few threes.
As Newman drives in again with a great play, and is going to put 2 points up for ACU, but Rutter's still not pleased with the way his defense is performing early in the second half, even though they lead by 9 points.
Quick 30-second timeout, make some adjustments. We'll be right back after this. back here after the 30-second timeout called by Coach Rudder. The Lights are going to bring the ball up the court. Number 20, Alan Brown, just crossing half court. Mateus Oliveira in for the Firestorm now, substituting in for Mike Navarre. Good defensive stand by ACU. A little bit of pressure on the Lights. Calls for a very high pass. Out of bounds is Brendan Newman's going to bring it across half court. Going to run a screen for Talib. Jason's going to bring it off the wing. Drive to the basket baseline. Newman chases it down and finds Jason for the baseline three, and he's actually going to airball that, and Brown's going to come away with it as they look to capitalize. All five of the ACU players back as Brown brings it around, finds number 40, Vaughn, down low, kicks it back out. Brown's going to take the deep three and make it. The Lights shooting very well from three-point. Land this second half as they cut the lead to 6 with 14 minutes remaining in the second half.
Yeah, I tell you what, Jordan, ACU's done a good job of keeping the Lights out of the paint, testament to that, but they got to do a better job, you know, keep contesting that three-point shot.
Yeah, you don't want to get in this shootout. Newman just knocked down a good mid-range jumper. He's having an all-around solid game for the Firestorm, but Jared, as you said, you're going to keep him out, but you have to have a quality closeout and create a very contested shot for these Lights and not let them get warmed up.
Yeah, you can't keep trading threes and twos here because at the end of the day, they're going to end up catching you here. AC only leads by 8 points here, so they got to start contesting those threes and making it a little bit tough for them to get the ball, as it looks like there's going to be a foul on the play by number 14, Talib Ukta. And Jordan Block is going to go into the game for number 15, Jason Timp. Again, Block in for Timp. As Anthony Standing Rock is going to inbound it for the Northern Lights. And Alan Brown's going to take it up for the Lights.
Montana State Northern not shy. They shot 15 threes in the first half, shooting 40%, which is a decent percentage, and shooting even better here in the second half. And that'll quickly bring you back into a game. So hopefully ACU can control the tempo a little bit better to the next 13 minutes.
Yeah, and you can hear him starting to communicate a little bit better out there with Helms yelling switch and some of these other guys really yelling out. So, you know, well done for that. But again, you got to keep him as 5 seconds approaches on the shot clock. And a great defensive play by Mateus, but it looks like they're going to say he bumped him. I don't know, Jordan. It looked like Mateus had both hands up to me, and the Northern Lights player just faded away from the basket.
Yeah, Mateus, I believe, got to his spot before the Northern Lights player. Good rotation, not to let him turn the corner. Another anticipation call by the ref, but number 22, Jensen will go to Corbin Pearson will go to the line.
Yeah, I will say one thing. The ACU has done a better job the second half as far as, you know, lightening up a little bit defensively. The refs have been calling a pretty, you know, those anticipated calls that you said they've been calling a lot of those this game here. So ACU has adapted better in the second half. By this time, they had about 7 or 8 fouls compared to the 2 they have now. So they've done a good job adapting to the style of the refs' play, but they've let the Lights cut the lead here to 46-40. So they really need to pick it up defensively if they want to get out of here with a win.
Senior Dan Cornelius back in the game. He was limited the first half with foul trouble, but Talib draws a foul there. Dan's going to be able to spread the floor a lot for the Firestorm. Looking for him maybe to knock down a couple shots. He's going to take it out right in front of the Firestorm's bench, and Newman's going to look to set up something offensively for the Firestorm as you have both bigs high-low. They're going to look to Dan to get a 3, but the Lights were ready. Pearson was ready. Jordan Block's going to take it down low. Spin move. It's going to be blocked from behind, though, by number 31. It looks like Anthony Standing Rock doing a good job of not fouling Block from behind, but getting the block.
And the Lights trying to set something up here offensively. And they're trying to find a three-point shot here because, again, ACU playing a good job.
Coach Rudder wanted to travel there. Didn't get it. 12, approaching 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
And it looks like number 0, Mason Jones, is going to be checking into the game here in just a minute as Newman takes the ball up court. And he's going to drive in, hits Talib open on the wing. Makes a great pump fake there for a 2, up and in off the glass. What a pretty shot there by Talib Ukta. Looks like he got bumped there, no call. ACU leads 48-40.
You don't see that a lot anymore. Good work using the glass. Northern had a great backdoor cut, but Mateus came over quickly in his eyes all through the shot. Newman chased down the ball and found Talib in transition. So that's what you want to see AC doing, letting their defense lead to transition baskets. And there it is, Newman. You see the quick athletic ability, get to the basket to finish with the contact, and that's going to lead to a Lights timeout. So Coach Rudder, the players, the coaching staff, very excited for ACU. And
as the Lights will get the ball here to start. And Jones is up ready to play some good defense.
See if the Lights can take advantage of their timeout to slow the tempo. That was a very good timeout taken by the Lights. ACU, 2 defensive stops leading to transition baskets. So he didn't want to let that continue. As number 24 is going to take a long 3. Looks like that's Gabe Finley. Hits the wire off the rim, though. It's going to be ACU basketball.
Yeah, as Newman's going to take it up again. Trying to set something up here. As Cornelius with the screen up top. Newman finds Block out on the wing. Block's going to drive in and get bumped on the play. The basket's not going to fall. And it's going to be the 4th foul picked up by the Lights compared to ACU's 2.
A great first step again. Block uses his body well, seals off the defender. So he's on the backside, and Block has a wide open basket. He's just unable to finish, but hopefully he can knock down these free throws for ACU.
And Block's going to miss the front rim on the first one.
And Mason Jones into the game for the Firestorm. And playing a little bit more minutes here in the second half than he did in the first.
And Block's going to hit the second one. So again, Jordan, so far they've only missed a few free throws here. They shot about 8 or 9. So again, a lot better compared to last night. So obviously that was definitely something they worked on pregame here, which has paid off definitely here with 11-point game. So it has been a really good game from a top 25 matchup here in the NAIA. As they leave number 24 wide open under the basket, but great defense, but a great help D by Daniel Cornelius as Newman with the rebound.
Mateus is the one actually that rotated down low, used his body well, and there he goes again to get him a basket on the offensive end. Is a great seal. Once you get a defender behind you sealed that deep, great look by Newman, great finish, and great use of his body by Mateus.
As ACU now back up by 13 points here.
You can kind of feel the atmosphere picking up in the gym for the Firestorm. Fans starting to get into it a little bit more, but ACU picking up the pressure, not lighting up, and looks like Talib's going to set the check back in. So.
And the Lights with another deep 3 and hits it again. Number 12, Nicholas Blount with that 3 as Jones takes it for ACU.
Transition 3 for the answer, nails it. Coach Rudder happy with that 3. Earlier in the game, you saw Mason kind of took a transition 3 with a couple guys on him, but that's the transition 3 you want to see, and he came up big with the answer to keep the lead to 13.
Brought the bench to their feet, then picks up a little ticky-tack foul there. Again, not something you want to see, but to your point, Coach Rudder wanted to get some patience offensively, and he was happy and pleased with that. And the nice thing is for Mason Jones, he's been shooting it a little poor as of late, but you hope something like that really builds up his confidence, Jordan, and he can start hitting those at a regular basis like we're accustomed to him seeing from him.
Exactly.
As Daniel Cornelius is going to go out of the game, and Talib Ukta, number 14, is back in for the Firestorm.
As well as Martin Kim, number 1, and then we have for, it looks like, Montana State Northern. Gabe Finley checks in, number 24, and he's going to take the ball in the post, turn around. He's going to miss that as Mason corrals the ball outlet to Jordan Block as he drives in, dumps it off to Mateus, kicks it back out to Mason. Same spot for another 3, in and out. And the Lights are going to control the rebound.
Yeah, and again, that's not something that's, Jones is used to hitting that transition 3, so it's not a poor shot. They had the numbers there, so if you're anything, it was a pretty good offensive possession for ACU. Defensively, they give up another deep 3 to number 20, Allen Brown. And I wouldn't even say that was a poor defensive possession just now. It was just a nice shot by Brown. I mean, he had a lot of space because he shot that 3 from pretty deep.
He did. ACU, the defenders, though, did get caught up a little bit on the screen. You won't exactly expect a Got to shoot it that deep, but when you're feeling it with confidence, you're going to feel it with confidence. So
Yeah.
he let it fly and paid off for him.
Yeah, again, ACU, the Lights have cut the lead back to 10 points here.
Jesse
It's going to
Vaughn.
be ACU ball on the foul down low.
Number 40, Jesse Vaughn for the Lights. Check back in. As Jordan Block takes it out of bounds. Fine Martin came over the top. And a little bit of a late pass to Jordan Block on the cut, the curl, but he is going to get fouled, and he's going to go to the line shooting 2. Martin Kim, if he a little bit delayed on the pass, created a little bit harder of a shot for Jordan Block nonetheless. He'll try to knock down these 2 free throws, bring the lead up to 12 with just under 8.5 minutes remaining.
Again, Jordan, as you said, he does a great job sealing off that defender with his body. He's able to get position on him and able to put up a basket and get him an easy chance for some points. Misses the front end on his first free throw attempt. And he's 1 for 3 for the line as Helms is going to go check in here.
Helms
And Block in and out again there, misses both free throws. And it looks like we got a player down for ACU number 3. Newman is on the sideline here with the trainers, so hopefully everything's okay with him. We'll keep you updated as soon as we know more on the situation. And it looks like we got both sophomores for ACU, number 33 Mike Navarre and 32 Jackson Helms getting ready to sub in.
Another deep 3 by number 20 Allen Brown, but that one's going to hit the back of the iron, but the Intelli shot is on. Luckily, that one did not go through as ACU brings it back down.
As Talib's in a little trouble here after he picked up his dribble, gets the ball back after a nice play by Brown, almost stealing it there. And Mateus is going to try to set a screen for Talib here at the top of the key. Talib with some fancy ball movement, and it looks like he's going to turn it over on the spin there.
Mike Navarre and Jackson Helms. The big sophomores checking back into the game for Mateus and Jordan Block. They got some rest. Hopefully they'll come provide some energy down low. Rebounding as well.
And 23 of the Lights, Alfie Miller is going to go out of the game as well.
Another low-scoring game here tonight for the ACU as they're accustomed to, but they are holding their opponents to less than 50 points, so you do have to be pleased with that. Just got to pick up the intensity and physicality of the game a little bit more.
Yeah, Coach Runner wanted to travel there. I agree with him on that one. He did look like took about 3-4 steps there. But ACU, again, playing some great defense here on the Lights with about 8 seconds left on the shot clock. So and what a great shot there with the 3 seconds left on the clock by number 12 of the Lights, Nicholas Blount, as Mason Jones takes it up the court here for ACU. They cut the lead to 8 points here, Jordan, and you can sense a little momentum shift with the Lights gaining a little bit of momentum.
Just a little bit to leave a little step back jumper in the paint goes to answer back. Blount down on the other and very good composure. The shot clock was winding down to 0.
And it looks like Newman, after getting checked out by the trainers, is healthy enough to go back in the game and will be subbing in here as soon as there gets a break in the action. Again, ACU played some pretty good defense here as Helms gets the ball back down. Another 3-point by the Lights, and this time Blount misses it. As Talib takes the ball up the court, great screen by Mike Navarre. And Talib, it looks like
timeout, the little tie-up. Coach Rudder wanted to keep possession. Very important. This is a great timeout. You want to control momentum, and get something out of this possession. If anything, take 26 more seconds off the shot clock. It's going to be a full timeout.
And we're back after the quick timeout as Block gets it to Helms at the top of the three-point line. Helms finds Newman on the wing as Newman's going to drive into the basket. And he passes it off to Talib. As Helms sets a nice screen.
Good
Great
pick and roll.
And one for Jackson. Helms is going to get a chance at the free throw line. And you got to love to see that for a guy who is really hampered by some of those early first half fouls, only getting 3 minutes in the first half, but definitely provided a big spark right there for ACU with a great pass by Talib for a nice put-in for Helms and a chance at a three-point play.
Yeah, very patient on there. Talib and Helms working together on the handoff. And Jackson gets the classic pick and roll from Talib and a chance for a three-point play. Looks like number 23, Alfie Miller, one of the leading scorers for the Lights, checking back into the game for number 20, Allen Brown, who knocked down a couple big shots for the Lights. And Helms now tries to finish that three-point play with a free throw, and he's going to do that.
And Helms has got to love that after last night. Struggled a bit from the line. I know he's pretty frustrated about that, so it's nice to see him putting up a solid basket like that and then getting that free throw down. Again, ACU now leads back up to 13, 61-48 with 5 minutes left here to play. And a deep three from the Lights by number 12, Nicholas Blount. Again, Jordan, another three. And, I mean, what can you do to guard that when they're going to shoot it so deep?
Well, Coach Rudder is a little frustrated there on a legal screen to get him so open. He was deep, but Coach Rudder is looking more so for a legal screen call, and he's going to talk to the refs. Coach Rudder, John, you give him a little earful right now, and looks like there's going to be a foul called on the Lights, and they're actually over the foul limit, so it looks like Talib's going to shoot the front. Oh, actually the 1-and-1.
Yeah, and a nice thing for ACU, again, they've played smarter defensively here. They've communicated a little bit better. Every now and again when the Lights have gone through 2-3 times through their offense, they've broke down on the communication, but you got to love seeing they only have 3 fouls here with 5 minutes left to play, so they even got a foul to give before you get to the 1-and-1 for them. On the other hand, the Lights haven't been so lucky here with picking up 8 fouls here with just under 6 minutes to play in the second half. And Talib is going to hit both free throws, again adding to ACU's lead of 63-51.
Another three taken. It's going to miss on the back end. Jackson on the backside corrals the rebound, and Newman's going to slow it down, getting the signal from Coach Rudder. They're in control of the game, up by 12 with just under 5 minutes remaining. You want to use some time up and still get a quality shot. So this is where that patience is going to come. Jordan Block using his body once again, just missing a layup. And that's not what you want to see. You need to finish right there, but nonetheless, Jordan with a good drive.
Yeah, and with that, get a solid drive. You want to finish there, but even more so, maybe take another 5-6 seconds off the clock, dumping off another pass, trying to run that offense through just one more time. As number 40 for the Lights is going to be wide open and shoots a three and nothing but net. Jordan, another three from the Lights here in the second half.
What hurt them just now is Jordan Block has a tendency to go for the steal up top in the key, and he takes a lot of risk, and that hurt his teammates because once the ball handler got past him, he had to rotate over. The other big guy had to rotate over, and that's what left number 40, Vaughn, wide open for the three as Newman answerbacks with the layup. But, again, you can't take those risks, especially at the top of the key, because you're going to leave your roommates out to dry or your teammates out to dry.
A great defensive play there by Jackson Helms, batting that ball away. The Lights get the ball back here, but there's about 18 seconds left on the shot clock. So again, if you're ACU, you just got to communicate. You can't leave your feet on some of these pump fakes because it's going to hurt you as Helms corrals the ball and passes it up to number 14, Talib Ukta.
Mark Navarre, some great defensive rotation in the lane, going straight up. Vaughn misses the floater over him, and Talib's going to hit the three and give a little bit more breathing room, push the score up to 14 with just under 3.5 remaining in that game.
And number 3, Rashawn West is going to bring it up for the Lights. And again, Rudder saying from the sideline, stay down. You know, ACU has been leaving their feet a little bit here, which is costing them because they're leaving guys wide open on some of these screens when they're moving their feet to jump on a ball fake. So Great possession there as they're really listening to their coach. And Newman's going to have the ball up here, just trying to slow it down, Rutter's telling him. But Newman takes it to the hole. A great drive and another 2 points for Newman. ACU now leads 70-54 with under 3 minutes to play in the ball game. And it's going to be a timeout taken by the Northern Lights.
But still, you want to be patient in your shot selections. But he was not happy with that last defensive possession by the Lights.
As Newman's playing some good defense on there. And again, ACU really playing a good perimeter defense right now.
Rod Hudson checked into game number 11 for his defensive ability in the perimeter. So he's going to hopefully gets his hand in the face, his long arms. However, the Lights corral number 24, Gabe Finley, before Newman knocks it out of bounds, out of his hands.
Yeah, and again, ACU doing a good job there, with especially Mike Navarre not leaving his feet on that ball fake, forcing number 22, Corbin Pearson, to actually drive in and then kick out. So again, by not leaving your feet, you're keeping them from a wide open guy. As Corbin misses the three, and Navarre gets the rebound, passes it up to Talib, back to Newman here with just under 2 minutes left in the game. And again, Rudder telling his guys to slow it down, run it through the offense, take some of this time off. But it looks like Newman bounced past it to Talib, who wasn't, a little miscommunication there as he wasn't ready for it. And it's going to be a turnover here, Lights ball.
Coming off the curl and the screen from the baseline, you look to the pass to be in your hands. I think it was a little bit hard of a pass, but more so it was a bounce pass, and Talib was expecting it to be a chest pass, which it should have been coming around that screen. Because, again, you're coming around kind of a blind spot. You're going to have your hands out ready. But they just have to step it up. The defensive end is Paul King checks into the game for the first time tonight. Very, very much a defensive player, so they're going to look to a lot of face guarding with him.
Yeah, and Mike Navarre is going to go out for the game. And if that was Mike's last time in the game, he's played a great game tonight, folks, on the boards, offensively, playing a real strong game. And, again, he's really improved offensively, defensively, his overall all-around game, hitting the weight room hard this summer. And you can really tell he's earned a starting spot here early for the ACU Firestorm this season.
Paul King with an early foul in the game, had his forearm on the defender. Now, you can use your forearm on the defender as long as you don't extend it, which I think he did. And a great defense, contested shot, and as number 24, Gabe Finley, shoots it off the other side of the backboard.
As Rudder's going to call a timeout here, and it looks like Jones is going to go into the game here.
Just using a timeout, not to take the full timeout, but just a quick rotation to get to Newman. Mason Jones going to check in for him. Then we also have number 42 for the Lights, Pat Jensen.
Yeah, and it looks like Newman's limping off here to the sideline. Is it going to get looked at here by the training staff? So with a 16-point lead here, I'm going to say it's safe to say that Newman is probably not going to go back into the game here. Coach is trying to rest him here, and looks like he might have sprained his ankle here on the play. So, again, we'll let you know more information as soon as we do. I got about a minute and a half here left in the game as Talib is going to drive inside, dishes out to Jackson Helms for an easy 2 points under the basket. And ACU now leads 72-54.
Okay, if you're going to score, which they do eventually have to shoot the ball with the shot clock, that's what you want. You want some breakdown in the defense and penetration leading to an easy basket rather than a long jumper that could lead to an easy leak out for the Lights.
As Talib calls for Helms to set a screen up top. And he's going to use it, and he finds Helms again under the basket for an easy two. And I tell you what, right now Jackson and Talib have great communication, and it's just it's a simple pick and roll, and they do it so well here. Those two do for the Firestorm.
Yeah, Talib so quick with the ball. Jackson so big and physical. He's able to set a good screen, get a good seal, roll into the basket, and Talib has great vision. And actually, Ron Hudson's going to pick up his first foul as number 12 for the Lights. Nicholas Blount is going to shoot 2 free throws. The fans chanting, "I Talib, we will win." And he's untalibable. Couple of remarks I like to say.
Yeah. You know, a guy like that, really a bright spot here on campus. Again, his story's pretty incredible. So you got to love seeing a guy like that putting up a lot of points here for ACU. Everyone loves him here on campus. Again, that bright spot here. And got the nickname of Untalibable, when he's hitting the three. And, I Talib that we will win. So, again, some of the nicknames here really show the love and support from the Fire Squad here, our student body.
Let's talk with Brandon Newman. Got the word on him. Luckily, it wasn't nothing with his prior knee injury or his ankle, just maybe a little soreness with his heel, his marks. I don't know what happened. Has a smile on his face, laughing with the trainers, which is always a good sign. So nothing to worry about, just maybe seeking some treatment after the game just to get ready for next week's action.
Yeah, and ACU again up 20 points here as Jackson Helms with another screen for Talib as he buries another three. The dagger to the Northern Lights here. ACU now leads 77-54 with 10 seconds left in the game. And Jordan, you know, ACU, they put up 77 points today, doing pretty well here offensively as far as feeding the bigs, listening to Coach Rudder here in the second half. But defensively here, giving up 56 points. Yesterday they only gave up, I think, under 60 again. What does it have to say about their defense?
He's happy. I just saw Coach Rudder turn to the bench and say, great job, good job to the players.